Welcome to the Best Is Yet to Come podcast. I'm your host, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rich Machesky. With me today is Principal of Smith Middle School, Mr. Ryan Brinks. And here we stand 6 months after our initial podcast in Smith Middle School, new Smith Middle School. So, Mr. Brinks, you've lived the construction over the course of the last 6 months. We can see, our audience can see, based upon where we were and where we are, there's been a tremendous amount of work done. Why don't you walk us through what progress has been made thus far?
Yeah, happy to. A tremendous amount of progress has taken place in the last 6 months. So we are standing right now here in the lobby, the main entrance. As we pan around in a minute, you'll get to see the structure that they've built, welcoming our families and our students into Smith. Our main office here is starting to take shape. You can pick out, where everybody's offices are going to be, where the windows align for our administrators, counselors, social workers, front office staff. And then you can really see our dining hall and our learning stair. So when we talked about this last time, 6 months ago, our learning stair had just arrived and just been set into place. And now you can see how the rest of the building has really been built around it.
Yeah, and this, where we're standing right now, really gives you an appreciation for the expanse of the building, just how grand the building is when you walk in. You walk into a wide open area. It's really quite fantastic, and it's amazing how much work has taken place over the course, again, of the last 6 months. I know we were concerned a little bit about keeping on schedule. Talk a little bit about what happened this winter in order to make sure we stayed on schedule.
Yeah, so the board approved us actually taking the back half of the building. We wrapped it and were able to heat it so that we were able to pour cement all winter long. And so all of the floors of the learning community have been poured, all of the brickwork was able to be done. And so as we've just now moved into spring, we have water and sewer finished, we have electrical being run, we have all of our HVAC being run right now. And so you can see that we're back on schedule, and we've been able to actually take advantage of having the opportunity to have that space workable all winter.
And I think our listeners can hear there's a roof going on above us.
This is a live building site.
Absolutely. This is not AI generated. This is a real live construction site. All right, so we're going to take a tour of the site. Along the way, we're going to run into some Smith staff that are going to talk to us a little bit about what's been happening.
So as we walk this way, this is going to be one of our teacher workrooms right here for a lot of our elective staff, a place for them when they step out of the classroom that they'll be able to work and collaborate together. Our art room is taking shape back there. This is really the last stretch of the building that still needs concrete floors poured. Otherwise, as we continue to move, you'll see that we've got flooring through the rest of the building. Okay. Here's our assistant principal, Casey Connaughton.
Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi.
So, Casey, talk to us a little bit about what we're seeing in this area. What are students going to be doing when they come into this particular area of the building?
All right, so first, our students are going to be coming, if they're a busser, they're going to be coming down from that end of the hallway through here, and this is going to be our elective hallway. We're going to have a lot of our electives in here, like band and orchestra, life skills, choir, so our fine arts wing here in the building.
And this is really exciting for our students to have this dedicated space.
Yes.
As we think about the space that our students have been in versus the space they're going to be in, from your perspective, what's the biggest difference that they're going to experience?
Sure. So dedicated spaces that really have the space to hold all the students really, really well. And then also just this dedicated side of the building. So as students are coming in, they know exactly where they're going. They don't have to find their electives in other spaces of the building and coming through here. And just like the camaraderie of our fine arts students and being in this hallway and the teachers also being close to one another as well, I think will just really enhance that for them.
And I appreciate you sharing that. So many staff have been involved in conversation around the design, the functionality of this particular building. From your perspective as assistant principal, I know you've been working hard with Ryan in terms of visioning what the space is going to look like here at Smith. What from your perspective has been your biggest takeaway from the design conversation?
Just the amount of feedback from staff and from students. I think that the process, like we're 2 years well into it, from the beginning until now, the constant conversations that we're having with staff about what they need, what students want from their spaces, and really how to elevate what we currently already do in the Troy School District and at Smith, but taking it to that next level in this like new environment. I've just been so impressed with that whole process.
Well, thank you so much, Ms.
You're
Connaughton.
welcome.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, we are going to head into our STEM lab right here. This is another great example of teacher feedback. Mr. Eve, who's going to meet us in here in just a minute, him and I got to walk this space about 4 months ago. They hadn't quite finalized some of the wall space, and we got to actually stand in the room, talk about, does this feel right? Do we like this? And make some decisions before anything was actually done, and continue to like refine what it was that we thought would be ideal for his class and his students.
All right.
So, introduce you to Mr. Gareth Eve. He is one of our STEM teachers here at Smith.
Hi, I'm Gareth Eve. I'm the STEM teacher here at Smith and New Smith, and this is going to be our all things STEM space here. So computer programming, we have creation lab, a maker space, all these things are going to be taking place, what we're looking at right here. So we can come take a look at a little bit of some of the space here. So this is going to be a big space where students are going to be headquartered, modular tables, lots of group work. We're going to be able to really from day one be hands-on with all sorts of materials. We're really lucky to have a space in here. This is going to be kind of our messy lab where some of our heavier machinery is going to be table saws, miter saws, band saws, those sorts of things. And it opens up to the outside, which is great for any of our painting or staining projects, anything like that. So what I'm most excited about is, again, just being able to do so much in here and spread everything out, have all the kids, be working together, just really focused on the hands-on learning, which we've been doing at our old Smith, but we're really excited for the potential that New Smith has too. So we actually have space opening up to the media center through a big door through there. So anything that we need to sprawl out, I'm thinking like robotics, any of our robotics competitions, we can actually use that space in conjunction with here. So I could see, if kids are coding and programming here, they can move out to the media center and, run their robots and do those sorts of things. So it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Big, tall ceilings, opens out to the lunchroom right here. It's going to be incredible. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so Mr. Eve, I appreciate that. That was very thorough in terms of what students are going to be able to do. I know your current space in Old Smith,
Yep.
and you make great use of that space.
Yep.
If you think about one or two things that is really good that are going to change the way students interact with one another and with their subject matter, what are maybe the two most important things that this space allows them to do that they can't do in their current space, or maybe not as well?
Yeah, our current situation are in the Old Smith. It was an old wood shop and metal shop back in like the 60s and 70s. Then that was converted, I think in the 90s when I was actually at Larson, they did the change. And the program really changed from these like modular stations where they were focused on some different engineering things. But now we've kind of gone like, let's just get them creating. We're going to focus on all those areas, but the big thing is, are we creating each day? And right now our computer lab is tied into our like messy lab, so you can't fit all the kids in one space where we're making sawdust or we're cutting styrofoam or using hot glue guns, because there's a computer lab in there as well. So we're kind of limited on what we can do as far as the big building projects because of our current space. There's a small workshop space, but we want to be safe as well. So I think it's going to hit all those things. We'll have our safety, we'll be able to collaborate, and then also just kind of blend the computing technical world with our 3D printing and fabrication and all that too. So
that's great. And when we think about in the Troy School District, we think about deep learning, and deep learning is about allowing students to connect their learning to their world. Mm-hmm. And this is an environment that is more indicative of the kind of experiences that they're going to have outside of middle
Yeah,
school
yeah.
as they get into our high school programming, as they get out of high school and so forth. I'm curious what you as a staff member, your takeaway from the design process. I know you were involved in the design process from the beginning. What's a takeaway from your perspective relative to the design process?
Yeah, I think they did a great job really listening to the teachers. I definitely sat down with the actual architects, which was amazing because that's kind of the things we teach, and seeing them do the things that we're teaching the kids, and like, this is what really happens. I was emailing Ryan, Mr. Brinks, our principal, about sending us like the blueprints and showing the class and being like, this is happening. Like, you know, they brainstormed, we talked, we got our stakeholders in, and you know, this is real life. This is what we're doing, and what they're doing right next door to us, and it was pretty amazing. So, yeah, I mean, really, as far as like, you know, what's the big takeaways from the design is, because they were so focused on collaboration amongst the whole school, I think really bringing STEM into all the classes. So this is a really central location. So, you know, like I said, we have the cafeteria, but I anticipate all classes coming in to use this space, where right now in Old Smith, I'm a little more isolated. So, you know, open this up, and can we give opportunities to, you know, social studies, science, language arts, those subjects as well. So,
all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Eve.
Yeah,
really
appreciate
appreciate
it.
your time.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
your insight as to this space and how it's going to really revolutionize the way kids in the Troy School District learn. So thank you very much.
no problem. They're going to be ready for high school, and we're excited for what's to come.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mr. Eve. All right, we're gonna keep walking. If you're okay with that, Dr. Machesky,
I'm ready.
we're gonna head right into the Media Center. So our Media Center is gonna have, as Mr. Eve was saying, a side entrance into the STEM lab, so we have some really great crossover opportunities. And then our main entrance into the Media Center will be off of the dining hall in here, so students will be able to access this space during lunches. Classes will be able to come in here. There'll be space for full classes, as well as we've got over here some small group space that's going to be a little bit more quiet once all the walls are built up around that.
Yeah, definitely not quiet now.
No.
Definitely not quiet now. So let's talk about, we're on schedule. And I'm pleased to say, and I've been sharing with our community, not only are we on schedule, we're on budget, which is great. Talk to us a little bit about the overall budget for this project and when we anticipate opening the building.
Sure. So in terms of opening the building, our plan is to open the building in the fall of 2026. And so we will have our current 5th graders that are coming to Smith. They will be 7th graders walking into the building. So next year will be our last full year at the Old Smith Middle School.
All right.
I think we're just gonna get right past the saw here and upstairs where we can
let's get upstairs.
hear each other a little better.
And we'll get out of these guys' way.
So as students come out of the cafeteria, they come into the building for the day, they'll move down these hallways, and this will go into each of the learning communities. So we have an 8th grade learning community, a 7th grade learning community, and then a 6th grade learning community upstairs, which we're gonna go explore.
All right, let's do that. Active. Ooh. All right. Hey guys, get out of your way. All right. Okay. So here we are on the 2nd floor.
So this is walking into our 6th grade learning community. So not only do you have the learning stair access up here, we have the stairwell that we just came up, we have elevator access. They're working on restrooms back there, some of those spaces for students, and then you walk into our learning community. And so we'll have 220, 250 6th graders here at Smith, and they'll be divided into 2 smaller learning communities. They'll either be headed down that hallway there, or they'll be headed down this hallway here. And we have Miss Erica Poplinski. She is our 6th grade science teacher, as well as our web coordinator. Web is where everyone belongs, and so she runs the orientation program with a group of 8th graders every year for our 6th graders coming to Smith. Hi, Erica.
Hey there.
So Erica, how do you envision your students working within the spaces that are part of this learning community?
Yeah, so what I'm envisioning here, this is the active lab behind me. And it is adjacent to the active lab in the neighboring learning community. So there is an option to kind of bring up that wall and combine these two spaces.
Let's go in and see it.
Yeah.
Plus we can see outside.
So what I'm envisioning is, so I teach 6th grade science, and so my teaching partner, who also teaches 6th grade science, maybe for a demonstration or a really cool lesson, getting our students together since they're learning the same content. I'm envisioning combining our classes and doing collaborative work within the same content.
So how does this space differ from the space you currently are instructing in?
Oh man. I mean, just the option to get kids together more and the option to get kids to collaborate more with each other is a huge difference. Right now we just have a little door which bottlenecks it, but having this whole space opening up to be able to demo stuff, it's really exciting.
So when we talk the design process, I've had a chance to ask a couple of other staff about the design process. What was your involvement in the design process, and how did that help you more fully envision what this space might look like when it's done?
Sure. So, I mean, I keep using the word collaboration on purpose because I think those social skills for students, it's really important for them to build. So I think and flexibility is key in that too. So of course we have the flexibility within these active labs, but even out, and you'll see here in a minute, in the common space, I think having that flexibility to have a class just in here, Ms. Pep's class, we're doing science within here, but then having the option to collaborate with other content areas too, or the same content area. So I think having options is so important because as a teacher, the education's always changing, and having these options allows us just to do whatever is best for our students.
It absolutely does, and I really appreciate you spending time with us today talking about what this learning community is all about and how it's going to function and for science, and really going to change the way our students in the Troy School District learn. So I appreciate you being part of that and for your time today. So thank you.
Absolutely, thanks.
All right, so we can walk right through the door out the other side of the science lab. And what you'll notice is there's not a lot of hallways in New Smith. Everything is built around these common spaces. And as we head out here, we're gonna say hi to Miss Jen Trice. She's one of our 8th grade English teachers to share a little bit more about our learning communities.
Great. Hi. How is everybody?
Very good, Jen. Thank you so much for being a part of the podcast and for helping us vision what New Smith Middle School is going to look like. We're in the middle of a learning community.
Right.
If you could just kind of take us around this learning community and help us understand what you envision happening within these spaces.
Sure. Right now you're standing almost in the middle of what will be our commons area in one of our learning communities. So this is really exciting for us. Beautiful natural light and this kind of like centered area where all of these classrooms can join together out here in the commons area if we want to. In a learning community, you tend to have one of each of the core classrooms. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot more talking and collaboration that can occur between classrooms, and this commons area will allow that easy flow back and forth. So we're really excited to try
one thing I know about Smith Middle School is that the staff at Smith is very collaborative, and that's consistent amongst all of our high school staff. How is working in a learning community going to help you and your colleagues be even more collaborative?
I think learning communities are designed to fit a newer student, the student of the 21st century. We've always been really departmentalized and sort of focused on really enhancing, for example, your English work, but now we'll sort of do a lot more cross-discipline focused work. And I think that having it set up this way, the space set up this way, will just enable us teachers to collaborate really well, and then students to naturally gravitate toward each other and talk about different topics and subjects and how they really work together and blend.
So fall of 26, we're going to open up New Smith Middle School, and you're going to be in one of these learning communities, and you're going to welcome back students for the 26-27 school year. What are you most excited about?
Well, I've been at Smith for 23 years, and the idea of being in a brand new space, a really fresh brand new space designed for new learners is just really exciting to me. Smith has been such a wonderful community with people, but obviously over the years, as you're in a building that's been around a long time, it's going to be nice to be in such a fresh space.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about the kids' excitement. I think they will appreciate a new space, new furniture, new ideas, and just kind of like that natural light that comes in, and just that environment piece.
Yeah.
Will be really huge for us.
And I really appreciate you saying that and I can see and feel the excitement that you have and will have as we enter this space. And I think it's a great opportunity just to say thank you to the Troy community.
Absolutely.
For them offering up the opportunity for us to revolutionize these instructional spaces, not
Right.
just here at Smith, because once we build Smith, we're going to bring Bowling Park students
Right.
into Old Smith. We're going
Yes.
to renovate Bowling Park
Everyone
into very
will have these
similar space.
opportunities, yes.
Exactly. Everybody's
Yep.
going to have this, and then we're going to do the same with Larson. And then
Right.
we're going to have the opportunity to do that at Athens, and then we're going to do that at Troy High and so forth. Our community's commitment, $555 million, and the outcome of that, which we're already beginning to see, is going to set learning trajectories for students here in the Troy School District
Yes.
for decades to come. And I thank you, Jen, and the work that you do here at Smith with
Yeah.
your colleagues and the work that you put into helping vision what Smith is going to look like, as well as I think the Troy community for their commitment their continued commitment
Right.
to education here in the Troy School District. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, and we're so happy and we appreciate everything the Troy community has provided.
Absolutely. All right, so Mr. Brinks, what's next?
We can take a look out the windows right here.
Yeah,
it's
before
hard
we
to get in there.
Sign out. Let's take
before
a
we sign
quick
out,
look at what's around.
Yeah, this is a pair of classrooms right here that will have a wall that will be able to open and close depending on how much space and how we want to bring those students together. But I just wanted to highlight too, this is our gym across the way, and then we have a courtyard that kind of feeds back into
Yeah, to me,
our
this is going to be some really
cafeteria.
exciting space. This is going to be really exciting here.
And so we're gonna have basketball hoops, foursquare, outdoor eating. So this whole area right here, which looks a little rocky right now, is gonna take shape and be a great hangout area for our students during lunchtime. So we've got a lot of things planned. We're trying to take advantage of all the little nooks and crannies and spaces on this property. Our staff's getting excited. We're doing a lot of learning over the next year about how we're going to live and teach in these spaces together. And so that's really our goal as we go into next year, is preparing ourselves with the types of instructional strategies we want to use in a space that provides a lot more flexibility for our students.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brinks. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to give us a tour of New Smith Middle School, and Smith staff for joining us on this tour. And I want to thank our viewers and our listeners for joining us on this tour. I really look forward to coming back in the fall to see what progress has been made as we work towards a fall of 2026 opening here at New Smith Middle School. For the end of the year, congratulations, Troy School District. We are officially at the end of the 24-25 school year. We wish you all a healthy and safe summer. I want to thank you for being a part of our podcast this year. And signing off one last time for the best is yet to come, I'm your host, Dr. Rich Machesky.